All right, this is James again with El Paso English Cafe. Good to be back. I want to continue now with the letter T and the interpretations in American English. Okay, we started, of course, with the standard T. You might call this the full form of the letter T. Tom, tail, stretch, after. There are two parts to a T. After. First I stop the air with my tongue. My tongue goes into position. There it is. It just stopped it. Ter. And then the explosion, the air coming out. After. So there are really two pieces of a letter T, and then you'll see some things later how it works. Okay, so we've got after. Then you might call this reduced speech, but it's normal. It's normal speech where we render the T as a D sound, something similar to a Spanish R, and it sounds like this. Water, better, put it on. Doesn't matter if there's one T in the word, two T's in the word, or if the T is in separate words. You get this D sound if the T is between two vowel sounds. There are some exceptions to that, which you can see in the previous video. Okay, now also we've got many times when T just does not make a sound. Okay, so I've put in the slashes here I have, dashes, nothing, no sound at all. In standard speech, nobody anytime will say, will render this T as either a T or a D. It's absent, it's silent, okay? So you've got the word listen, okay? If you're taking English classes, I'm sure you hear the word listen many times in every class. Listen to this. Did you hear that? Can you listen to this? Okay, listen. There is no T sound at all. You'll confuse your American listener if you add a T sound. You may confuse them. And you may confuse yourself if you're waiting for that T. Where's that T? I gotta listen for the T. No, don't listen for it. It's not coming. Okay? Word like whistle, castle. Some of my students, they think in a word like castle, the T must be very subtle. No, it's gone. There is no T sound. Castle, wrestle. Okay, so in these words, definitely never do you hear a T sound. And there are others, okay? Just be aware of them. Sometimes the T will be absent, no sound at all. Neither a full T nor a D sound. Okay, here's a word where about 50% of the time, depending on the speaker, I, myself, never pronounce the T in the word often. Often, okay? Since I was a little kid, I heard the word often and it never had a T sound. Only when I went to the university did I start to hear some people inserting a T into this word, and they render it often. And that was strange to me, but I've since come to realize that some significant portion of Americans insert a T sound here. So, as you like it, you may insert the T sound here. I prefer no T sound. You will not hear a T sound when I pronounce the word often, and you will not hear a T sound from some 50% or so of Americans. Okay, so we've got these words: listen, whistle, castle, wrestle, often, or often. Okay, all right. Now then we've got okay, so these T's never appear in words. You'll never hear these T's, at least here in these four words. The T's in these words sometimes appear, sometimes are pronounced, okay? You will hear a vocalization for the T's in these words some of the time, okay? It's considered reduced speech. It's not really considered slang. It's just considered what we speak when we're communicating rapidly. It's not considered street speech, but it's not full formal speech. Okay, but you'll see it's very common. This happens in a situation where the T is following an N. Okay, so maybe this is the most common word that you'll come across where this happens. This is the number, of course, 20, but I and most people in the United States do not render the T at all in general. 20. I need 20 of those. I need 20 pencils. I have 20 students. Okay? That's the way I say it. 20. I'm aware, and if I want to clarify, I say 20. And if you have a problem understanding, most Americans will accommodate you by adding the T if necessary. But if someone is not thinking about what they're saying and they're not aware that the listener may have problems, 20, okay? If it's a bad cell phone connection, 20, okay? I need 20, but normally 20, I need 20, okay? So we've got 20. Also plenty. Oh, do we have time? Oh, we have plenty of time. Don't worry about it. Plenty of time, okay? County. Okay, often rendered county. I went to the county fair. Yes, I went to the county fair. Okay, this T is sometimes rendered as a sound, but not always. Okay, there we go. We've got the internet. Well, it's often the internet. Internet. Okay, do you have a good connection? I have a good internet connection. Come to my house. Okay. This, a student this very week brought to my attention. She said she was in a conversation and the speaker was talking about the seasons and she heard winner. And she thought it was as in someone who wins is the winner of a race. She thought she heard winner. Well, the word was winter. However, the T was absent, winner. Oh, I don't like the winter. It's too cold. Okay, so you may hear the T absent from any of these words. Okay, it may be present in these words, but it may be absent. Okay, something to, this is not for beginning students. This is if you have some experience in English, this information is helpful. If you don't have that much experience in English, maybe this information is just confusing. But eventually, it'll be helpful. Okay. Here, this is also, I said the word 20 was very common. Okay, this phrase is very, very common. Want to. Want to. This T and also that T are eliminated in casual speech, in everyday speech. And often the vowel in the word to is also what we call reduced, changed. Okay, we change some vowel sounds when there is no emphasis on a certain syllable. Okay, so we've got want to becomes wanna. Do you want to go to the store with me? Go to the. Now I'm doing this. Go to the, right? You hear this? To, go to the. Do you wanna go to the store? This T rendered a D. Okay, a little review of that. So, do you want to go to the store? Okay, do you wanna? Oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'll stay home. I don't want to go. Oh, there's another one. In don't, the T is also in danger of missing. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Okay? Okay, I don't want to go becomes I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So the N and the T can be missing. These are called reductions in English. It's in casual speech, but it's very, very common. So if your goal is to interact with American speakers of English, these are things to be aware of. I don't want to go. Do you want to go? No, I don't want to. I don't want to. Okay? This wanna and also this don't. The T disappears and you'll hear these things. Okay? So when you're listening to casual conversation, normal speech, it's normal speech. This is normal President Obama speech. Okay? When he's being formal, he probably includes most of the T's, but everybody does it. Okay? Everybody. So, I hope this is helpful to you. I'm having a good time with El Paso English Cafe. I will continue with more renderings of the letter T. We need to get to 9 flavors of T. We're only at 3. Whoa, here we go. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.